What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel, and we are here. This is my own gameplay in the background. I know, I'd stopped being lazy and decided to record my own footage. Just really quick, I want to shout out Synchro Champ, Slipshock, and Carrot Scraps, three amazing content creators that were playing Heroic Assault with me. Now, I need to clear up just really quick. I haven't actually finished Heroic Assault. I do know how it ends, because, you know, I love spoiling myself. But, yeah, we didn't end up finishing it in the end. But I did do 20 floors in total, 10 with another group of friends, and 10 with these lovely lots. So I do sort of understand what they're kind of going for with this Heroic Assault, and I feel like I'm able to sort of talk about it. Now, just really quick, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and of course like the video, because it does help a lot. And then at the end of the video, comment down below your thoughts. Now, Heroic Assault is a very interesting one, because I feel like it is so designed for 4-player co-op, it's unreal. Now, just right off the bat, you can tell that the reason that this game was 2 players in the open world is optimization's sake. Let's just get that out of the way right now. The reason that this is able to be 4 players is because they're not having to load too many assets, right? A lot of these rooms look exactly the same. A lot of the objectives are exactly the same. A lot of the enemies so far are exactly, you know, the same, right? You know, for example, the first 10 floors, you're gonna be fighting the freaks, right? It's just a fact. Now, is that an issue? Not really. You know, it's nice to be able to finally play with, you know, 3 other friends, but I can definitely see that, like, you know, if you tried to take this to the open world, the game would be like, nah, stop it. All right, you're having a laugh now, right? So, right off the bat, I think that's an issue with the game as a whole, and I would love to be able to play with my 3 other mates in the open world, but can see sort of why they had to restrict it to Heroic Assault. But it does mean that it's more chaotic and a lot more fun. So, for example, there is an objective where you have to repair some generators, and the enemies infinitely spawn, and you can get overwhelmed pretty easily. Like, there's even one where you've got to, like, escort, like, a payload sort of thing, and that, you know, let me tell you right now, the enemies are relentless in that. Me and my friend Slipshock had this, like, funny thing where we tried to get more, like, damage over each other. Look, we're kind of like chatting shit to each other right now, actually. And, you know, we ended up using that mission to basically just farm, like, statistics, because at the end of every floor, you do get to see who did the most damage and stuff, which I do like that. I love that arcadey element in this. I understand what they were going for, and it's a good way to kind of use not limited resources, but, like, you know, sort of a repeatable content structure and make it feel very arcadey, which I appreciate. I definitely like the idea of Starro. I think that him being the sort of villain of this makes a lot of sense. For the 10 floors, didn't see a lot of him, I've got to be honest, which was a little disappointing. I kind of wanted, like, him to just be, like, relentlessly on you. Do you know what I mean? Like, just annoying you all the time. Maybe every single couple of floors, you know, he gives a little bit of dialogue. But so far, out of the 10 floors I've done, only the 5th one was really where we got any lore from it, which was a little weird and kind of, you know, I'll be honest, straight kind of depressing. As you can see there, I completed floor 1. Now, you do get relatively okay rewards from Heroic Assault. Just going to say that right now. The reason I say that is because in 10 floors, I didn't get any good gear or mods. I got materials. Nth metal is aplenty, right? So don't be afraid to stack up on some nth metal, but it does really seem like this is just designed to be sort of like a way to play 4-player co-op and beat up some enemies with your friends. I definitely think that out of this entire update, Showdown, where, you know, you fight the bosses and stuff like that again, is probably going to be the one that you're going to want to play if you're an endgame player, right? To get new gear, to level up your power levels, and just sort of in general, just challenge yourself, because for the first, like, 10 floors of Heroic Assault, you're going to be fighting enemies that are severely under-leveled to you. At least I have, right? I mean, that might just be like a scaling issue, but at the minute, I have faced no real challenge in Heroic Assault, and that sort of stays the same with this one as well. Which is, I'll be honest, you know, it's disappointing, man. It's definitely, you know, it's definitely a shame that, you know, it feels like I'm sort of playing for nothing, you know, just playing to get to the end. And this was before the ending got sort of showcased. So now that it's out there, less reason to run through it is all I'm saying, you know, unless you just want to play with your homies. So it's almost hard to give you sort of thoughts on this, right? Because the marketing for this was dreadful. It very much wasn't supposed to be this big, marquee, mega expansion update thingy-majig, right? Heroic Assault was clearly just like a little passion, a little, you know, a blowing of a kiss to the fan base, and I like that, and I think that's really important. But I think that, like, you know, if you're familiar with Marvel's Avengers, right? It's very much like a mega hive, but with a bit more love put into it. You know what I mean? And I think that if you're not into that sort of style, you know, of like, okay, floor after floor after floor, room after room, that start to look very similar after only a few floors, then maybe not. Maybe it's not for you. You know what I mean? I was talking to my friends about this towards the end, and we were saying, yeah, it's sort of getting a bit mad now. It's getting a bit repetitive, to be honest. You know, but the reason that you wanted to keep going wasn't because of the loot, because to be honest, there was none. It was to see sort of what happens as you get to like each floor. But I mean, if the ending that I've seen is anything to go by, I don't know if it's worth it. It's a bit sort of predictable. You know, you guys can sort of know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it for people, but you know, you guys can kind of assume the good guys win, yay, you know, like, that's it. Like, there is no sort of extra little tidbits or, you know, like, for example, the trailer that come out the other day, people were like, is that Joker's laugh? Scarecrow's? It's Starro. Like, it's Starro's laugh. Like, you know, that's all it is. You know, the game doesn't leave any doors open when it comes to this Heroic Assault, and it kind of just gets me concerned that this is it now. Like, they're just not going to do anything more than this. And I mean, to be fair, like, they need to make their money, man. Like, this is a free update. This is why I can't complain too much. Like, it was a free update. They're not trying to sell you skins. Then they've got no reason to try and bring players back other than just the fact of, like, you know, it's fun, isn't it? So there you go. So that's kind of my thoughts about Heroic Assault. I know I didn't really go into detail with, like, criticisms or even positives, but it's because it's like you've played this mission a million times, you've done this mission like 1,000 times in different games, so I mean, if you like them in those games, you're gonna like it here. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I will see you in a little bit, and peace.